Okay, here we are back again. We're going to be looking at using your photos, and if you notice here, what we've got, we got to make sure that we always have the photos placed in the _WIP folder. And once we have a report open, I'm going to open this start one just for the sake of things. And what I've done is recycled some photos and put them from a report that I previously done back into the WIP folder. And so when we go to the findings page, and once we get everything located here, you're going to notice that here we've got the photos. The screen resolution on this older computer is not quite as big as some of the newer screens, and therefore we only have one column of photos. But if you've got the newer widescreen version and the higher resolution, you'll notice that you'll have two sets of photos, two columns that you can work with. So when I'm starting a report, normally what I do is I will double click this first photo, which is, and I use this as a data acquisition system. Primarily the way I do my inspection, I actually go back through and do the report in the same manner. So what it does is it gives me the photos back the same way I took them. So I'm following the same route doing my report as I did when I did the inspection. So here we've got the front of the building photo, and I'm going to just brighten that up a little bit to make it a little clearer. And I'm going to go ahead and click front of the building, and that's going to put it into the photo manager in the front of the building. Now if we go right down here from this page, we see the photo manager over here on the left, and we can look at that, and if we look, there we go, there's our front of the building. Now I've previously entered a few photos into this one. They're not the same, but for example purposes, I think that's all we need. So now if I go back to the findings, you'll notice that here, once I sent that over, that I don't have a photo set up here. And this is something that's good to know, is depending on how you want to run your system, if you don't want to be double clicking forever, you can actually now go to the Prefs 2 section over here, and if you look over here on the right hand side, and it says I've got activate right click on photo in picture column to send it to the not published automatically, which is a very handy thing to have. We've got the switch timer off. I don't want the timer on when I'm double clicking a photo. That just slows things down. Let's see, we got cards should stop one finding photos, double clicking and finding. We've actually got one down here, that this one right here, automatically move next picture to setup box after clicking enter finding, text center picture or not pictured. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and I'm going to hit save changes. So once that turns green, if I go back now to the findings, once I click this over, and once I go ahead and bring it up and make a, on this particular one, I'm just going to put it in for site drainage, draining your building questionable, lot grade within 6 feet of the structure is flat and slopes both toward and away from the foundation. And then I'm going to put down that a prevented maintenance would be curing that, and enter that into that as a finding. Then that next photograph should come right up, and that's a time saver when you set that box number 6. Again, if we go back to Prefs 2 and we go to it's number 9, put a dark check mark in number 9 and save, and then go back to your findings, and that should work for you, and it really helps save time. You'll notice that here we have, once we have a photo in there, we can actually edit the photo from within the program. There's an edit photo button, and we can actually brighten that up, we can sharpen it. If we want, we can add a circle to put emphasis on an item. We can put a shadow around the photograph so that it looks better when it's presented. Do all these things. We can also, we have these picture directives and RC stock photo statements, and if we hit picture directives here, it brings up this list, and you'll need to populate this in your program. This is something that I've added over time, and so this is something that in this particular case I'm going to just go put damaged, and Um, and if I don't like, see that red doesn't show up that well. If I undo that and then go and double click on the yellow over here, go back and open that up again and double click damaged again, now I've changed that to yellow and it looks a little bit better. So that's how you can change the colors on that quickly so that you get a better rendition of what's going on. Now if I really wanted to do something, I could take that circle back out. Now that I've changed this to yellow, you can see where I've got the yellow highlighted here. And if I hit circles and I go back through, now my circle is going to be yellow. So if I go back through here, that's how easy it is to make a correction. And hit damage. Now I've got damage. It's yellow. It shows the screen. If I go to the site drainage and irrigation and go down here, and it says that the yard drains are damaged, and I put crack tops on yard drains can allow foreign matter to enter the drain system, and put a preventive maintenance on that, enter the finding. And the nice part about our program is it takes that finding and puts everything, it puts the finding down here. You can look at it right there. And if you want to see that you're sure that the photos matched up with it, you can see that it's 0110.01. And if you go over here to manage photos, you go to 110.01 and there's your photograph. So that's just one of the ways of dealing with photos and how to do some annotations on them. And we're going to stop this for now, and we'll be back later with another video. Thank you.